It's been 10 long years of near-constant war, every gamer's Spartan resolve and their thumbsticks worn by hour upon hour of circle strafing. After all those years drifting in generic shooter space, Microsoft are taking us back to where it all began, a little weaponized scrap of land called Halo. This is Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. Time for a review. We've all seen the plot plenty of times before. Good space soldiers take on an evil race of overzealous alien types for the fate of the entire mining colony, planet, galaxy, universe, or whatever. In Halo Combat Evolved, the humans have set aside their differences and banded together to form the United Nations Space Command to tackle the forces of the Covenant, a group of aliens religiously opposed to the existence of just about everyone else. The war has raged long and hard, and the UNSC are down on their luck. Fortunately, they have an ace up their sleeve, Master Chief, the last surviving 8-foot-tall Spartan soldier specifically engineered to clear out Covenant, and so good, they named him twice. After an assault on the cruiser Pillar of Autumn, Chief crash lands on the mysterious ringed planet Halo, a conflict hotbed and site of some importance to both the Covenant and UNSC. But why? Back in 2001, Halo earned its subtitle of Combat Evolved. There had been plenty of first-person shooters before, but Halo elevated itself above the others in a number of ways. First off, it combined life bars and regenerating health to create an elegant system that allowed for near-constant combat, but still remained tense when your life bar was dwindling. The enemy AI, too, was years ahead of its time. The individual ranks of the Covenant would attack independently and intelligently, working as a team to flank you, or panicking when you had them on the back foot. Finally, the planet of Halo itself was an inspired battleground. The game world moved from epic sprawling expanses, traversable only by vehicle, to claustrophobic catacombs honeycombed beneath the surface. These environments combined with clever enemies and an ingenious arsenal to create combat that was frantic, thoughtful, and full of surprises. When revisiting the Ring world today, you'll find the gunplay as tight as ever, the planet every bit as impressive, and the story, despite its simplicity, sucks you in. Other things have weathered a bit worse. There's a few too many locked door scenarios, and a few of the environments are quite repetitive. Just because they're space corridors doesn't stop them being corridors. But really, these are minor gripes, as overall, revisiting Combat Evolved evokes fond, forgotten feelings. Feelings like the genuine tension that crawls up your spine while creeping around in the dark with just a flashlight. A tension that completely overcomes you in that first harrowing encounter with the Flood. Obviously, we can't review Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary without talking about the HD overhaul. This is far more than a simple upscaling job. The environments have been completely reimagined, and if you need proof, you can just hit the back button and watch the world revert to its original form. Seeing some of the sparse settings of the past transform into detailed worlds worthy of today's consoles is an absolute joy. Similarly, watching the character models go from young and sprightly to fat and balding can be a good laugh. However, HD sprucing doesn't stop 10-year-old design slipping through. Those HD Portaloo things still look like they belong at a festival. Other new features like game-changing skulls, 3D, and achievements complete the upgrade, while the obligatory Connect functionality lamely tries to cram Microsoft's expensive square peg into the roundest of Halos. Multiplayer, an aspect that really added to the original Combat Evolved's popularity, returns too. Here you get a version of Halo Reach's multiplayer with all the modern trimmings and new map sets. And when we say new, we mean old, but HD-ified. Great stuff. The original Halo Combat Evolved was, in part, responsible for the rise of first-person shooters to the dominant genre in today's super-saturated gaming marketplace. Aside from giving an HD facelift to a classic game and adding a wealth of bonus goodies, this anniversary edition just shows that we probably don't need all these new shooters. They got it right about 10 years ago.